I'm back at St Gregory's Church, Tredington in Warwickshire, and I've come to take a look at the 6 wonderful bells here which have recently had their bell frame repainted. So, before I go up and have a look at the bells and how they look like now they've had their bell frame painted, let's just take a little look at the inscriptions which are on some of these bells. And the bells are listed, numbers 1 to 6 down here on the left hand side, and their note is depicted here in this column, and the inscriptions read as follows. On bell number 1, Matthew Bagley made me, 1683. It's 700 weights, 2 quarters and 14 pounds. William Balding, church warden. The second bell, G. Mears, founder, London, 1858. And then Glory to God, C.H. Watling, rector, Thomas Kilby, Thomas Wheatcroft were the church wardens, as we can see here. The third bell is an A bell, GP Anno Domini 1622 at 900 weights, just over. The fourth bell, George Purdy, by the look of it, made me, Anno Domini 1622. The fifth bell, Thomas Horwood, William Hayward, church wardens of Tredington, 1624. And finally, the sixth bell, in an E tone, or note, should I say, George Purdy, draw near to God, 1622. So 1, 2, 3, 4 bells, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bells in the 1600s, 1 bell in the mid-1800s, all rehung in this cast iron frame in 1946 by Gillett and Johnson of Croydon, and rededicated on the 26th of September 1946 by the Right Reverend Lord Bishop of Coventry. Just having a little look here at some of the bell ringers over the years, and we start off in 1993 with a photo of all concerned. Going back through the years, 91, 1988, and back to 1986. And one of these bell ringers, this gentleman here, is going to talk me through the bell ringing on a model piece on the other side of the church. Eddie has kindly agreed to talk me through the bell ringing process. So over to you, Eddie.
Well, the idea is that you need to be able to, the bell is rung full circle and it clings there, is full circle, and you need to be able to hold the bell upside down like that.
Right.
And there's a stay there on a slider. You pull and then the bell comes right round like that, flicks that slider there, and it stops it from going right over and round and round and round. So,
okay, and then once you've got it in this balance position,
yes, you then, when it's your turn to ring,
yeah,
you can just pull it off the balance, and round it goes.
Yeah,
and it just goes like that.
I see. And each time you ring, do you ring to a point of balance?
Yes, you more
feel the balance.
Yes,
of it?
you just feel it.
Yeah.
In absolute neutral.
Yeah.
The weight isn't going one way or the other.
Yeah.
You hold it, and then when it's time for your bell to strike,
yeah,
you anticipate it, and then you have to pull either let it go on its own weight or give it a slight tug, and then its own weight will set it off.
To bring it round. And this all comes, I suppose, the balance point of it with skill and experience.
Yes, it's what you practice.
Bell ringing over.
Yes, when you're learning to handle the bell.
Yeah.
That's what you're learning to do all that.
Yes, I see. Yeah.
Just to ring the bell, what they call full circle.
Okay, and how long have you been bell ringing?
65 years.
65 years. Right, so you should be quite proficient at it by now.
Well,
then.
no, I think I'm on the decline now.
And are you still ringing bells?
Yes, I shall be ringing on Sunday, I think, because of all the work that's been finished.
Yeah.
We're ringing again on Sunday.
Wonderful.
So we shall ring again.
Well, thank you very much for talking me through that.
Thank you for coming.
So, once again, up these spiral stone stairs, and one thing that has just been pointed out to me actually is this date, 1858, on one of these stair risers. So, onward, past this arrow slit, blowing wind in furiously, past another arrow slit window, and up these wonderful spiral stone steps. Once again, into the clock chamber, and have a little look at the clock on the way through, and up the ladder into the bell chamber. So here we are once again in this magnificent bell chamber with all 6 bells hanging and looking very majestic in their newly painted bell frame. So now just looking at some of the detail of these magnificent bells. Now they've been put back together again with all their running gear. Previously, the wheels had been dismantled. They're in 2 parts, as you can see, bolted together over here with bolts either end and bolted on the face to this headstock. When they're strung with the ropes, they again look absolutely magnificent sitting here. And this red colour is extremely striking, I find, and really adds to the drama of how these bells look. We can see the inscriptions on these bells, which I was reading out downstairs. You have to be up and close in very good light to actually make out these inscriptions. Actually, one of the things I was talking about earlier downstairs in the church is the exact makeup of this bell frame, which is these cast iron bell frame sections here are actually onto these huge great steels here, holding an incredible amount of weight, as you can imagine. And so just touching again like I did last time, this headstock is a cast iron headstock, and this one over here and the one on the other side of it is a fabricated steel headstock. Nonetheless, all looking very sturdy, very good old-fashioned solid engineering. And just look at the size of that. Is that a capstan bolt? Anyway, the bolt actually holding the bell in place is a huge, great thing. Locked in place. And Again, just looking at other parts of the makeup, these magnificent bearings, which are absolutely huge for this bell here. This bell weighing 1600 weight, this being 3/4 of a ton. A little bit out of breath after my climb to this higher level. But looking down now, there was these wonderful bells from this vantage point a little bit higher up in the tower. Once again, these huge timbers from one side of this chamber to the other. And don't these bells look absolutely great in their newly painted frame. And here we can see the underside view of this large 1600 weight bell with the clapper painted red, and what a huge bell, and a very, very interesting sight looking underneath up at this large bell. And just looking through the bell frame again at this wonderful sight, looking up the hollow tower to the top of this steeple, the tallest church steeple in Warwickshire at 210 feet. When I looked at them last, they were all dismantled with the wheels and all the regalia off, and now they've all been put back together again, and the bell frame has been completely painted in this wonderful red colour. And don't they look absolutely magnificent? What a wonderful setup. So once again, what an absolutely fabulous visit to St Gregory's Church in Tredington, Warwickshire, to have a look at the magnificent 6 bells here in their newly painted frame. And once again, back down to terra firma.